Ladies and gentlemen, the Adult Baby Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Adult Baby Show, episode 126. I am B.
And I am Chick.
And I am Chris.
Hey boys, what's up?
Hey guys.
How are you?
How are
Chick
ya?
just disappeared on us.
Gone.
Nope. How are you?
Good, good. We're back in Zoom form again. I think Zoom is just too easy for us that it's like we should have got
Turn
this.
it down.
Yeah.
Next week we do live.
We will do live again. We'll be back live. But it's almost like you gave us I don't know what it compares to, but it's such an easy way to do things where it's like there's
I don't have to leave my house. And
there's
hang
no
out with
effort.
It's
people.
like giving people texting and then wanting them to make phone calls again.
That's it. That's it. Exactly.
I love that. That's a good one, Chris.
It's just way too easy. It's way too
How was
easy.
everybody's day today?
My day was good today.
My day was fine. It was nasty out.
My day was absolutely excellent.
You know when somebody asks you how your day was with a smile on,
They're
they're just
waiting.
waiting for you to shut up so they can tell you, I had a good day.
That's exactly why I asked that. I know you guys didn't do anything crazy today, and I had a good day.
Chick, why was your day good?
So I am no longer unemployed, Chick. Hopefully, I
Give it up
had
for
an
Chick, guys.
I had an interview today with Red Bull. Unfortunately, James DeLuca, one of our reviewers, wanted me to work with B. It's in one of our reviews, and he was looking forward to that whole shit show. But
And the problem is my boss does not want that.
Your boss does not. This B's boss, the hookup that B has, I still haven't gotten a phone call back yet from Farmingdale Meat Market.
Yeah,
but no, not
say,
even.
You talk about it like it's a hookup, like, I got this thing coming to the back door. It's a real job. Like you have to go through the
I thought you
motions.
had the hookup to get me in the door.
Yeah, I might have had,
Some hookup.
whatever. You got something good here.
So I got offered the job. I'm supposed to be starting August 3rd. There's just a driver background check that I need to go through before it's like official. But for all intents and purposes, I should be starting work August 3rd. Chick is no longer unemployed. And it's perfect timing because that $600 is ending this week. And it's just the year of Chick is just continuing to go in the right direction for me.
Oh my God, you're just
Nice.
blossoming into this new person. It's unbelievable.
So yeah, it's with Beverage Works, Red Bull. I mean, I don't know if I'm not going to talk too much into it, but I will be on the road a lot doing some delivery things.
Are you going to be driving one of those silly little vans?
No, I actually asked
Was it
if
big
I
truck?
was. No, I'm not. No, I'll be driving things that don't involve a CDL.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm assuming you're going to go into like stores that carry
Yes.
Red Bull and
Different
like
sodas.
pack and put it in the stores.
Yes, and I set it up, and I
Yeah.
do the merchandising for them.
And you're
then
like,
I go
my
to the
stuff
next-
needs to be at the top. It needs to be eye level.
Exactly, that's me
Yeah.
right there.
You'll be
baby.
good at that.
I think I will be good. So that starts. It's got full benefits. Chick's happy, and then after that, I went golfing today. I went for a walk when I was done golfing. Then I went for a swim, and here I am.
My God, man, you almost did a triathlon today.
Yep.
You did it all.
I've been walking and swimming pretty much daily since I started the.
How's the eating going?
The eating is going good. I've been drinking a lot of water. That's the toughest thing is not drinking the soda and the Gatorade. But our nutritionist friend Katina is a very positive influence. So it's been going good. We've been doing our little walks. We chat on the phone, keep me company, and it's been interesting. It's been a good first week. I feel very confident that I am going to succeed in this and prove all the doubters wrong.
Write it down, Chris. He feels
I know. And
confident.
actually, I want to kind of log this. Do you feel any better? I want to ask you every week. Like, do you feel?
It's only been a couple days of the actual eating. I do feel good. Like I'm not stuffed. My stomach isn't getting killed because I'm not destroying it with food. But I don't think I've been doing it long enough to really be like, there's still probably a lot of toxins in there that are coming
Yeah,
out.
you're still clearing.
He's also saying this as he's currently rolling a blunt.
Well, joints are different. This isn't the issue. I'm going to quit cigarettes, and
You quitting?
yeah, I'm quitting cigarettes.
Good for you, man.
I think I'm going to try and quit them on Monday.
Dude, do you worry that it's too much change at one time?
Yes, and I can honestly say, and this is hats off to, I'm getting put in the right place. Like, don't do too much at once.
Yeah.
Like the first month, we're not concerning ourselves too much with food. Like I'm still trying to eat healthy and right, but the main concern is cutting out the soda and the Gatorade, and trying to cut out processed foods.
Okay.
All right.
That
And then,
makes
like, as I get going with this and I get more comfortable with that stuff, we'll start incorporating maybe a little more. It's not even necessarily stricter diet, but I'll start to get better with what I could eat, what I can't eat, prepping it hopefully, and doing all that. That's the hardest thing, is making sure you have like 3 full meals a day, and I have to cook a little more now because I'm not buying
it's such a pain in the ass compared to like just pulling up somewhere and getting food.
Yeah, no, exactly. And
Right.
that's the huge, for me, that is the huge difference for me is, I'm a big go order food and pick it up. So,
Yeah.
That stuff, like even like Katina from last week, she was saying that that's not her big concern right now. She just wants to cut out some of the real big bullshit. And then keep me on like a strength training, not too much cardio, just like walking, and swimming's good. And yeah, man. So first week we're going good. I feel
That's
good.
great, man.
And I'm really just trying to fucking shut everybody down so I could come on here with a 6-pack. Well, maybe not a 6-pack.
Dude,
but
we
not a fat
joke
pack.
with you. We joke with you, but honestly, we wish you nothing but the best. Like I
No,
really
I
do
know.
want you to
Yeah, I mean, that would be
to
amazing.
do well with this.
Yeah, no, I agree. So
And I think soda is such a big thing, man. Once you cut that soda out, it's such a
I think, yeah.
I think
You
it's
gotta
gonna
feel
have
better
more
after you
energy,
drop that.
too. Yeah, I think it's just gonna have more energy, which is gonna help you with your new job and everything else in your life too.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm just and you know what's like, I always used to joke with people. You remember when the Secret was like a huge thing?
Yeah.
You remember like the Oprah book or whatever, whatever. It was all about like putting out good shit and good stuff happens for you. And I think since I've been in like this positive mood and like things are working out in my nature that normally don't work out how they normally do.
That's
So I'm
good.
starting to become a believer in that and just trying to be positive, man. It is what it is.
Nice.
But I'm still smoking
Now he's a
weed,
believer
and
of
I'm
the
not going to
Secret.
quit. And I still love golf. And I have like 9 days of basically freedom left before I hit the pavement.
Oh man, it's great, buddy. I'm really happy for you.
You know what's sad? That I'm gonna lose my stomach.
I'm
Can I
sorry.
tell you that's sad
What?
to me? It's sad to me that I'm gonna lose my stomach. Does
You,
that make
you-
sense?
Like you want to keep a belly?
It's not that I want to keep it, but I've had a lot of fun with it, and it's given me a lot of laughs and good times. Like I almost want to like take videos and stills and make like a montage of me with my fat stomach.
All right. You can't eulogize something that's not dead yet, chick.
It isn't dead. I just feel like it's coming.
I just
All right. I mean, that's the confidence level you have. You're like,
I'm never
I'm gonna
lacking
miss.
confidence.
I'm gonna miss being fat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Dude,
miss
that
it not
stomach-
working well.
There'll be a little
I
piece
probably
of that
haven't lost a
stomach
fucking
still left,
pound
even
yet,
if you're
and I'm
healthy.
I haven't lost a pound yet, and I'm already just chalking it up as it's
Yeah.
gone.
You're already taking a victory lap. Your glasses is stuck on your forehead.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Oh my god, we have to remember the things he says throughout this this whole getting the spirit inside of whatever he's doing. He's found
Because when the
What is
wheels fall off and I
I'm the
crash
secret.
and
Yes,
burn,
yes.
it's gonna make for some of the best stuff ever.
yes. We'll go back and do a best of just talking about your how you feeling great and where you're going. I'm gonna miss my belly and all this stuff and oh man, chick,
But in a month, it's gonna be like, you know what, man? I thought about it, and if I want to drink soda, I'm gonna drink soda.
You know what? And honestly,
You
it'll
only
be.
live once.
But instead, he'll just be drinking Red Bull now.
Yeah.
He'll just be hooked on Red Bull, just drinking
His
that
whole
all day.
camera's
High.
gonna shake the whole time.
Yeah. Oh my god. Him on Rebel.
Oh, that's great. But you know, the reason why I'm saying it is because you guys saw that picture that went around with me the other day, right? Well, a couple weeks ago now. It's been a little while.
Were you kicking a ball?
No, that was
Kicking
great.
the football.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
So I was involved in the Beer Olympics, and we'll get to all your stuff. I know you got a lot going on.
No. Go on. I want to hear you, man. I want to hear all you guys.
It's been a while since it was just us three, but there was a Beer Olympics that we had at my buddy's. It was kind of like a celebration of like things opening up a little bit. And we still played it safe. We're not these reckless people out there. And most of us have been relatively, like in relative terms, quarantining together. Like the only people I've seen is this group. And we decided to have a Beer Olympics, like just to have like a get rid of all the stress and bullshit and just have like a fun day. So we went and played a whole bunch of backyard games. We played bocce ball. We played QB54 is the game that I made that kick in. And it's like a football toss game. And you throw it at a chair and there's like a circle. If you hit, it's like Can Jam. If you hit it, you get a point. If it goes in, it's X amount of points. And if you get like a 6-pointer, you kick an extra point. So that picture came in my me trying to kick an extra point where they caught me in mid-form. I will give credit to the photographer, Chris Irvin. Took an actual amazing photo, and it couldn't have been timed any better, where it looked like I hit this ball 60 yards, no problem. Right? Come on, the form was there.
Yeah, sure. 60 yards, no problem.
Like from
But it went about 17 yards to the left. It was just an awful shot. And we had a fucking grand old time. It was a complete shit show, and I got sauced.
What were you drinking there?
I was drinking Arnold Palmer, the Arnold Palmer alcoholic beverages.
Oh,
those
good.
things are heavy.
Dude, I bought a 12-pack of those. Finished all of them. I had some edibles. I had some Jello shots, a shot of JMO. I was smoking all day. And I took my shirt off at noon, probably didn't put it back on until 3 a.m. and got the best tan. And it hasn't ended since. And I've been getting tons of compliments.
From who?
Just people, not even compliments. Just everybody I see is like, why are you so tan? And I said, golf and just living my best life.
Yeah. I'm not trapped in an office
I'm
building.
picturing him walking in the supermarket like, why are you so tan?
Why? Why, sir?
It's Chick 2020, baby. I got a cigarette put out in my belly button.
What?
So like I told you, we're all sauced and having just a grand old time with a lot of booze flowing.
Yeah, it sounds like a grand old time.
So I had my shirt off the whole time. And usually, because like I said, I'm enjoying my stomach right now. I always like, if you got it, flaunt it. So we're hanging out, and my buddy is sitting there looking at me, and they're all like making fun of my belly button because it's like an innie. I got like a tunnel. It's like the fucking Lincoln Tunnel, my belly button.
Looks like a train can go through that thing.
It's like the Lincoln Tunnel too.
One of my friends jokes around like, "Oh, I'm gonna put my cigarette out in it," and I was like, yeah, funny, I'm not." We stop it, and then 2 minutes later, my other buddy takes somebody's cigarette and literally puts it in my belly button to the point where it gets stuck, burns the shit out of me. I fucking hit it out. Oh, it was awful.
He stuck it in your belly button, lit end first?
Yes.
Oh my God, that could be very dangerous, right?
Did you?
Yeah, it could have, but it was everything worked out. Everybody had a laugh. I was so fucked up. This is why I'm saying I didn't even care.
Did you have a burn the next day?
Yeah, I had a little mark. It
How
stung.
itchy is your belly button?
It wasn't really itchy. It just stung for a couple days.
Huh. Might be infected, man. You might want to.
No, we're good now. This was a few weeks ago.
He's even tan inside his belly button.
It was it was just a great time. I had a little puke rally.
Oh yeah, you puked and rallied?
Yeah, well, I didn't really. I rallied with pot.
Okay, all right.
I didn't go back to booze. After I puked, I was done with the booze, and then I just went hard with the pot.
Well, you seem to drink like sugary, even your alcoholic beverages. When you go alcohol, you go like sugary stuff.
Well, that's because I hate like beer, and I hate like I just need like I need like a flavor. I don't know. I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah.
What are you doing that that one podcast we did. Oh, you were doing like Grey Goose shots.
Well, yeah, that was listen, if I'm gonna so to the next party I go to is a 90s party where I dressed up like Tupac.
Yes.
Priceless.
How great was
that? Was
I
a great
looked
costume.
fantastic.
Priceless. That's a great.
You're right. You
costume.
really have been enjoying your stomach. Like
Well,
you're
I'll
like
tell you this. I decided to do the diet right before the Tupac thing, and I was like, you know what? I am enjoying this. Like, I'm taking full advantage of this while I have it.
Now, let me ask you a question. Are you taking, because there's a lot of pictures of you with your shirt out floating out there now. Are you doing pictures for a before and after?
I already took before photos.
All right, but there's a lot of public photos going out there too. Are you sort of letting the world know, like, this is what I look like now?
Like he's
in
got
a
this
few months?
brilliant social media strategy.
I wish I had that great of a plan B. That didn't even cross my mind until you.
All right.
said it.
It's interesting.
There was the talk that I recreate the football kick picture
That's
after I lose weight.
what I'm saying, man. That's a great before
Not a bad
and after
idea.
shot.
So I might do that for my before and after just to spruce it up, or do the Tupac before and after.
Yeah, I say do both.
But the 90s party was great because we did like a 90s hip hop party. So everybody's coming with you looking like they're from fucking Compton. I had the Tupac shirt on. All
Yes.
the girls. One girl was J-Lo. It was a little Kim. It was like we had a lot of fun. Same group of people who at the other one, but at this. So they're all laughing at me on this time because now I'm Tupac the whole time in my fucking black khakis, my Thug Life tattoo, the 50 cal tattoo. Like I had a whole thing like Googling all his tattoos, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna choose this one. I'm gonna choose that one. So I
Yeah.
picked a few and went with them. But
You can't get all.
I was like, I don't want to drink. I wasn't in the mood to drink. I'm not always in the mood to drink, but I wanted to get a little nice. So I wound up taking 11 Jello shots in 25 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not in the mood to drink.
I'm not in the mood. Yeah.
I don't consider that drinking.
It's like edibles for alcohol.
It is. That's what I was thinking. It's like edibles for alcohol. And I felt great.
Dude,
Of course.
Jello shots are my last thing that I would be like, I'm going to start pounding Jello. If they're there, I'll have one, but that's not something I will base my night around at a party.
Even
I
then,
tell you,
there's
by
like
the 11th one, I was like, ooh, I might throw up just from the Jello.
yeah, and there's
Just
no
the Jell-O
graceful
alone,
way
that's
to
what I'm
take a
saying.
Jello shot. Like
There is no
Yeah.
graceful way. You throw it in your fucking mouth and you
Oh.
tongue it like you're fucking going down on some broad.
That's exactly what it looks, and it never comes out. I don't know what are you eating out of a what is
Those
little
cups, those
medicine
plastic cups.
cups, and you go,
yeah,
oh, it's gross.
But you know what the best
They're not
part of
bad.
the night
though.
was?
They're good for one or two a night.
yeah, they taste good.
The best
11
part of that-
different story.
The best part of that whole night is by the end of the night, one of our buddies, Z, from Z's World, and I plugged up his YouTube
RC.
page, and I'll give him another little shout out. Everybody go check out my boy Z's World YouTube page where he plays with his toy cars. But he fucking gets so drunk that he barrels through the host's screen door. I mean,
Oh,
ran through it like it wasn't even there.
Jeez.
And
that's
then
so
he-
embarrassing.
It was amazing. He gets, I guess I had a little too much. Let me try and fix it. And now we have video of the aftermath of him trying to put the screen door back up.
Oh,
And his girlfriend's like, we are going home right now. And basically, so he comes back with his tail tucked between his legs like, all right, guys, have a good night. Sorry
Oh
about
my
the door.
God.
Oh, it was one of the
That's
best
awesome.
things ever.
That's so fun. That happened to me one night. My parents were having a few people, a little barbecue, and one of my friends came over. He wasn't even drunk, but he just walked straight through the screen into where my
Usually that
parents were
happens
having
with a clear
barbecue.
plastic door, not a screen door, I feel like. Like if it's so clean, it looks like it's like open.
Oh yeah, that's a different story. But like a screen, you feel like you would know a screen.
That's what I'm saying.
And this
The
kid
best thing
walked-
about it, me and my buddy walked in the house right before him, and we literally shut the screen shut in front of him. You know what I'm like, you know what I mean? Like it
he
wasn't
just wasn't
like,
processing right.
yeah, nothing was processing, and he barreled through there. Oh my god! And the greatest thing is their kids were up too, so they get to see how drunk one of their idiot friends are that barreled through the back fucking door. So the last couple, like me and my friends, we've had I'm making the best of COVID, man. I'm having a great summer.
You are, man.
Really
Coming to an egg.
No, it's not. See, you would think that I'd be upset. I have been on break for so long that like
I don't
I'm
think
ready.
you should be upset at all for going back.
No,
to
this is
work.
great.
That's what I'm saying. Like to me, I couldn't be happier because the timing is great. The summer will be ending in a few weeks anyway. It's only the last month, and I'll still be able to golf on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have some legit money in my pocket. Now I have health insurance again.
Yes. He's back.
The kid, oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Well,
But yeah, so that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it.
great, man.
Nice, man.
There's always
Nice, man.
there's so much going on with you all the time.
I know.
It is
I
so
can't
much
wait. I want a
stuff.
picture of him driving that Red Bull truck with like the can on the back of it.
Yeah, it's gonna the irony of him working for Red Bull when he just sleeps in, he can't make it to work.
Oh, yuck, 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 yuck.
Oh man,
You know what time I got to be in?
what time?
Yes.
It's like noon or some shit.
No. I fucking wish.
6?
30.
6:30. Okay.
It's in Farmingdale, though, my office.
Oh my gosh, 6:30. How are you gonna do it? You're gonna have to
I'm just
watch,
saying.
I guess, one less documentary a night or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start my TV a little earlier, but but then I get home, I gotta walk now. I mean,
And
I'm
what
a whole
time are
new
you gonna
man.
be getting
He's a
home?
busy guy.
I got a whole routine now. Like I gotta start cooking my own food because
That's
I can't
what's
be
gonna be
buying
difficult. There's just so much change. Now, what time do you get home?
I don't know. I won't be able to tell you that until I start.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's,
wow.
it's sort of based on.
Well, I have a feeling it's gonna be based on my productivity, I guess, because I have X amount of
Yeah.
deliveries. I guess
So
it's covered.
based on your productivity, I'd say you'd be home by 7:30.
I fucking hate you. You know what? You guys are just fueling the fire. That's all.
That's what we're here
All right.
for.
No,
You know
the
what? At
hardest
the end
thing
of
though,
the day,
for
Chick,
real,
What's that, Chris?
the hardest thing is going to be what do you eat during lunch?
Yeah, that
I'm
is.
gonna have
man.
to pack my lunch. This is why, like, I'm
Yeah.
shopping, and I really have to, like. I feel like I don't want to say expensive. It's just gonna be a different way of life, and I'm gonna have to spend my money on food for like the week. Like, I just have to plan as opposed to like go on the fly.
You gonna get a lunchbox?
I already have one.
Oh, that's good.
I use it for golf.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm ready when I go golfing. I'm set.
I'm sure you are.
But
That's great.
well, enough about me. I could talk about myself for fucking hours. So, what about you guys, Chris? You got anything going on? I want to make B go last.
I got nothing huge. I decided I'm going to go contacts. I think I'm fixing glasses.
Everybody's making big changes,
That's
guys.
it.
Everybody's making these great shit. I love you, Chris. I've decided I'm gonna go contacts.
All right.
Big choices.
Oh, you're my favorite.
That's a big choice, man. That's a bold leap.
I know. I
Can
know.
I tell you, I made the decision to get off of contacts a few years ago.
You know what? They've always freaked me out, but with the mask, I can't see because I can't
Yeah,
wear the
you're
mask and the
steaming up.
glasses. So
Can I tell you, with the new way of life, I might have to go back to contacts.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's it for me. Oh, I had to work 2 shifts at my old job this week. That was weird. I
Oh,
hated it.
all right.
What is your old job again?
The pharmacy.
Wait, that's right. You're done. I forgot
Yeah, I
that you
quit because I was
completely done with
moving. So I went back and did 2 shifts there, which was super weird. Everyone treated me like an alien, but other than that,
Are you gonna go back to there, or what's your
No.
plan now?
no, I'm done.
No.
No, I just work for me now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it, Chris. Good for you.
He's a lone
Yeah, that's
wolf.
good. Plus, I'm home, so it doesn't cost me anything.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
Well,
Are you
Big,
gonna miss
let's
the
get to you
glasses?
now.
Like Chick misses his. He's gonna miss his stomach.
Yeah, I'm gonna take pictures of me doing glasses things.
Yeah.
I
You
might
should do
add like a
before and
fake
after of you
mustache to the
kicking
Can
bottom.
we,
ball.
can we name this episode Chick's Stomach's Last Hurrah?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh man.
This is my problem, though. I get so like excited and into like change that I got to keep myself level-headed. I'm trying.
You don't want to blow that excitement
Mm-hmm.
on the
Yeah,
first
man.
week, chick.
I'm aware that I'm a little over.
You know, that's what worries me, and I think it's sort of been your problem. You get like so into things from the jump, and it wears off.
Yeah. Well, I'm
That could be
trying to keep a
dangerous.
level head. I'm trying to
Yeah,
keep
you
a level
kind of
head.
gotta like you have this way about you where you're like all in. Everything is this is the greatest thing, and then inevitably you get bored about.
Well,
And
the
it
only
gets
thing
hard.
I will say is I don't think this will be a boredom thing. I think it's just a matter of sticking and being disciplined on this because this is so trying to be a lifestyle change. But no, I agree. I got to keep a level head. I am aware that I'm a little overzealous about things. Got to bring myself down to reality, but I'll be all right. But B, I've really been interested because you said something about your weekend, and I just want to get into the stories about your week
Oh
in
God!
Fire Island. Is this not where you want to go first?
Huh?
Can we go to this first? Did you have something else you wanted to go into?
No,
or-
I mean it's pretty much all about that. So I'll sort of paint a picture here from what. So I have my parents have this house in Fire Island. You right?
Yeah.
So they have the house in Fire Island. I try to get away. I try to get out there as much as I can, but it's tough with work. You know, I work on the weekends. So a couple weeks ago, I was able to, I'm like, I'm going to take some time off, a couple days off. I'm going to go out to Fire Island. I invited you guys. We tried to we were thinking about doing an episode out there. It didn't work out. Maybe we'll try to do it down the road at some point. But
Oh, there goes the shirt.
coming out again. If you're watching on YouTube, you might get the one last hurrah of Chick's stomach. Yeah.
Yep. And there it is.
That's it. Say goodbye to that. That's what we'll be losing in 2020.
YouTube's gonna take this down for like indecency or something.
Exactly. So I go out there. I decided to go out there on Sunday. Went out with my parents. My parents leave on Monday, and one of my friends who I've talked about on the podcast before, I believe we referenced her as Susan, comes out.
Now, she went with
Monday.
you Sunday or Monday?
She come on Monday. She comes
So
out
you were
Monday.
there solo Sunday.
So Sunday I was there with my parents.
I got. They went up Monday too.
My parents leave Monday morning.
Oh, leave Monday. Okay.
Yeah. So Sunday I get there. Had a great night with my parents. Ordered food in, had some beers, hung out. It was great.
Nice. How's Susan doing with the pregnancy?
That's funny. That's funny. That's a callback to episode, I don't know, whatever. So Susan decides she's gonna come in, right? And she goes, "Do you mind if I bring my dog?" Now you have to understand the dog.
Is your dog there?
What?
Is your dog there?
No, everybody's gone on Monday.
No, but you didn't bring your dog yourself. I'm saying I don't know if you brought the dog yourself.
No. But you have to understand, her dog is about 19 years old. It's the oldest dog.
Yeah, with all due respect, it's on death's doorstep.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It is. It's got congestive heart failure. It's in kidney failure.
Yeah, she's not bringing the dog because she can't leave it alone. The dog needs.
She's bringing it because she's afraid she's gonna open her door and the door is gonna be stuck because the dog is dead on the other side.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. What kind of dog? Like big or?
It's a small dog.
Okay.
It's like a poodle.
Yeah. So I get a call. She's gonna come out. Now, mind you, we're in the middle of a heat wave. It's 90 plus out there. Okay?
Yeah, this week was brutally hot.
And it
not
was
great for a dying dog.
No, not good at all. And you have to take a ferry over there. For those unfamiliar, you have to drive out there, take a ferry in the sun, and then it's maybe it's probably a under 10-minute walk, but still a walk to my house in the heat. So
yeah, that's a long walk in the heat right now. That's fucking brutal.
Honestly, with me, I was dying out there. I was like, I'm staying in.
Well, that's why I sent you that tag. B posted a picture of him in the sun, and I just looked at him and felt bad about everything I saw.
Yeah. Well, We'll get into that. We'll get
You
into
wanted to
that.
mail him sunblock.
The beach was actually had a nice wind on the beach if you went real low, and we didn't get to the beach every day till around 4:00 in the afternoon. That's how hot it was. So anyway, back to Monday afternoon. Susan's coming on the ferry around 1:00. I say, you need me to come out and help you? She said, I'm fine. So around 1:30, she lands, and she's coming my way. And then I get a phone call, and she's in a panic. She's like, out of breath. She's like, the dog isn't doing well. You have to come here. I'm like, tell me where you are. She goes, I don't know. I'm like, just look at a sign and tell me what it is. It's a small town. I know where it is. So she tells me, I'm by Klein's. I'm like, I know where Klein's is. I'll be right there. I start walking to Klein's. I get to Klein's. Lo and behold, she's not there, right? Of course. She decided to She decided to make a left down a block. Just keep walking someplace.
So he couldn't find her.
At this point now, I'm starting to have a panic attack. Panic attack number 1 of the week, by the way. There's multiple. I'm sweating.
Yes.
I don't do well in the heat. I overheat. I don't do well. I'm calling her. She's like, I'm like, where are you? She goes, I made a left. I'm like, all right, I think I know what block she's on, right? So, dude, I start walking, and in the distance, in the horizon, I see like a pile. I see a pile in the middle of the street. And
is it blurry from the heat?
It looks like a desert oasis, and it's just. So I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, is that you on the ground? And I hear, and there's other people surrounding her. And I'm like, and she goes, yes, that's me. Come quick.
Oh no.
So now I'm walking to her, and all I'm thinking of
this is so embarrassing.
I'm gonna show up. This dog passed away right here in Fire Island.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, right? I'm like,
and she ruined your vacation. Not even thinking about the dog.
Dude, in the walk down the block, all I'm thinking of is like, how are we gonna handle this situation? First of all, if she expects me to hold the dead dog, she's got the wrong person, because I'm not touching a dead animal. How do you get a dead animal out of Fire Island? What do you helicopter it out? Does it go on the ferry? What do we do?
You wrap it in a blanket and you throw it over your back, and that's it.
And where do you throw it? I guess vacation's over.
You throw it like fucking what's his name?
Is this yours?
Oh.
With the red pouch with the sticks.
Yes.
No, but every time you turn around, you hit someone with it.
Oh my God. You're just bumping into people on the ferry.
I don't care.
They're like, that has to go on the freight ferry. But so I get up to her, and she's surrounded by luggage. I'm talking real luggage. Like if you were going to Vancouver for the week, you would pack this much stuff. And this is what she has for 2 days. She's staying there for 2 days, and there's luggage. I'm talking, and then after
all you need there is a bathing suit and maybe one outfit to go out in.
Exactly.
Anything more than a backpack would be dramatic.
Exactly. I sift through the luggage, through the debris that she has, and finally I get to the dog. And the dog is on the ground, and she's got the like a bowl of water, and she's taking the dog's head and trying to jam it into the bowl to give it water. And the dog is like going into cardiac arrest from what it looks like. The eyes are rolling in the back of its head.
That's because she's water torturing her dog.
The tongue is falling out. You know when they pant? They usually there was no pant. It was just a tongue falling out. It looked like just one long. It was an awful sight. People were showing. One lady in these trying times was like, do you want to come in our house and use our air conditioning for a minute? And we're just like so panicked. I'm like, Susan, just pick the dog up and scoop it up.
Yeah, she said it.
I say
fucking 2 episodes halfway through it, he fucking slipped finally.
I said, Sue, put the dog over your shoulder. Let's bring it back to the house. So we picked the dog up, and now she's like, I am sweating through my shirt at this point, and I am overheating myself. And I got a bad back. I'm crooked, and so she's like,
Fucking
I'm like, what can I grab? I'm like, what can I grab for you? She's like, here, take this 130-pound briefcase. So I'm like, what's in this? She's like, you'll find out. So we go to the house. Now, the house is a couple blocks away. We get the dog in. The dog is, we put the dog in front of the AC. The dog is just, it didn't move for about, until the day we left, it seemed. But the dog survived. So that was that ordeal.
Animals were harmed throughout this vacation, everybody.
I can't, dude.
That was that ordeal. And by the way, so the dog is literally going through kidney failure too. So at one point, she wakes up the next day. I have to tell you this because this grossed me out, the word she used. She said this in conversation to me. She goes, he hasn't voided yet.
Oh, God.
Have you ever heard such a word?
Well, she's in the medical field, so I get it.
Okay, these people in the medical field, that doesn't mean you need to talk to us
Talk to
we're in the
civilians
medical
differently.
I might use that now. I got to go void.
Yeah, dude, I used it all week.
Time
I
to
was like,
void
did he
out.
void yet?
You should be happy she used that because that's one of the greatest terms I think I've ever heard.
Oh, God. I couldn't believe what I heard. I was like, did you just say that out loud to me?
It's
the
my
dog
morning
hasn't
void.
Voided yet?
Everybody's got to do their morning void.
Yeah. Everybody has to void in the morning. The dog only
That's
voided
like a band
twice
name,
this whole
man. My
vacation.
morning void.
So I started, now she's unpacking. Now we're in the house and she's unpacking the behemoth of bags that are in my house.
Now, are these clothes? What is it?
I'm glad you asked because I wrote a list down. I started taking notes. It was that intense where I started taking notes. So here's what I got. She brought a dog. She brought diapers for the dog. She brought a dog bed, a pop-up tent for the dog. She brought 6 dog toys to make it feel at home. The dog is blind, by the way, but we have 6 dog toys. Didn't touch them all week. She brought an assortment of water bowls. I'm talking like 10 to 12 different water bowls. They were stacked.
Like for the dog?
For the dog.
I love how all this stuff is for the dog and not her.
Oh,
I respect that.
We'll get to her. There was 3. They each had 3 bags of luggage they came with. And she and all this stuff, by the way, was like she wasn't gonna take it home. She was like, you can keep these water bowls. I'm like, what are we gonna do with 18 water bowls for the dog? My dog uses 1.
For the next time she brings her dog.
Yeah.
If it makes it to
Go be next time. Then she starts taking stuff out. She shows she brought 2 frozen masks like that you can wear on your eyes to prevent puffiness. One for me,
those.
one for her.
Those feel great.
When are we gonna use that?
I wouldn't use it, but they feel great. I've had
it feels great. I don't know if it's something I'd pack for a 2-day trip to the beach. 2 needle points. You know what needle points are?
No.
So needle points are, if you see, they're little circles, and usually they're hung up in like grandmother's bathrooms. Like you stitch through like this little piece of canvas, and you can make a picture, or you could like print out a word.
Oh, okay.
Almost like I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
like a circle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what it is.
Yeah, I know.
What two of those. A pair of rain boots, like you've never, like rain boots, like you would that were up to her ankles.
Was it supposed to rain? Did she check the weather? Because I don't think so.
It was supposed to be a heat wave.
Fucking heat wave.
That's what I said. I said she brought backups just in case it rained. I was like, we're in the middle of a heat wave here. From the time we're here, it's going to be 90 plus. And then at the end of it, she brings a neti pot. Do you guys know what a neti pot is?
Yes, those things are disgusting.
Dude, I go into my bathroom. I go in after she unpacks her entire belongings, her life history here. I go to take a shower at night, and I'm like, why is there a tea kettle in my bathroom?
Oh.
And she goes, oh, that's my neti pot. I'm like, what's a neti pot? She goes, I use it to clear my sinuses.
Have you ever seen one of
Yes.
these things in action?
Dude,
What do? You put it under your thing and everything
Dude.
just pours out?
So it's like a teapot. Picture a teapot, you put some water in it, or it's like some sort of special solution thing.
it's
And then
saline.
you pour it into one part of your nose and it comes out the other.
Dude, it's bizarre.
Everything.
Oh.
It's gross.
I was shocked. I was like, what is going on? I couldn't stop asking her, like, what did you think we were in for here?
You guys are so close that I love that she just brought all this shit without even thinking twice about it.
Yeah, like did she bring picture frames to hang up also just to make it feel like home, or like what?
I kept asking. I was like, what else is in there? Like, what else do you have? There was at one point like she brought out dog shampoo. Like she's gonna wash the dog.
At least we know she's an animal lover.
Yeah, she's an animal lover, all right. Dude, it was.
Well, she hangs out with you, no?
The things that this person brought out. And then it stresses me out. I'm like, doesn't it stress you out knowing that you have to carry this plus a dog on a ferry and then bring it over in the middle of a heat wave? I want to bring as little things as possible. I
agree with you. Less is more.
And she didn't use
Chris
any
went
of
to
it.
fucking Florida for 3 months with what he wore on his back.
Yeah,
with
dude,
what?
I don't want to carry anything ever.
That's right. Yeah, Chris, you're on
Chris
another
went
level.
to Florida. We made fun of him for packing too little. She's packing way too much.
You're on another level. You have to pack right. You have to have you don't need to overdo it. And it stresses me out watching this stuff.
Because it's like also like, and I see this like in airports and stuff too, like, or even like at Penn Station or something, people just disheveled with like 4 different suitcases. They're all wheeling in a different direction. Like,
yep.
I just don't get people that want. There is enough stress in
why does it stress you out? Let's get to the bottom line here. Why does it bother you so much?
I don't. Well, first of all, because I know at some point in the week I'm going to be carrying these bags, and I travel lightly because I have a bad back, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be in that position where I'm going through crowds with huge amounts of stuff that I don't need. At the end of the Monday, Tuesday, 3 days. So it was 3 days she was there. At the end of the 3 days, 2.5 days, I was like, did you use any of this? She didn't use any. I mean, literally could have put what she used in a purse.
yes.
And
I'm picturing like, what she have like a whole rucksack that she was carrying it through town.
A whole rucksack.
Do you got one of those bellhop things that she's just walking through town with?
That's what it looked like, Chris. It looked like she had a rucksack. But it just stresses me out. That's why I like to be alone. That's why I feel like I'm going to be a lone wolf for the rest of my life, because I can't deal with other people's.
You know what I love about this
belongings.
too? And out of all people, because I know who Susie is, or Susan, whatever you want to call her. If you can't make something work with her, you're never finding anybody. Because you're as close with her as anybody.
She's very difficult. I love her. She's one of my best friends.
You're very
difficult.
very difficult. You are as difficult as Susan. I will defend her in this because she's not here to defend herself. You are just as difficult.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
You are very difficult, and we have to take what you say with a little bit of a grain of salt here, because I feel like you do exaggerate a little.
Not a lot of
I'm just trying to play
there.
devil's advocate. She's not here to defend herself.
But if she brought a whole thing of water balls, that's insane.
I don't want to be those guys who just destroy them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, let's I know you too. And you get overly anxious for no reason, in my opinion.
I do, but because I know how it works. I know how it works out there. You have to get on a ferry, packed with people, and there's no need to bring multiple pieces of luggage for 3 days at the beach.
All right. And what else happened though? Didn't some other stuff happen?
Way too much.
Yeah, some other stuff did happen.
Let's get to. Are we skipping over things or no?
No. We'll just, I want to get to this the last day there. So the last day, I will say one thing. Tuesday, I was so hungover that I thought I had coronavirus.
So did you and Susan have fun at least?
We had a great time. We had
that's
a fantastic time. It was great. We went to the beach.
Because it sounds like you had a lot of fun.
No. We that's one thing I'll say. She's great. She's perfect for I can hang out with her anywhere. Like we're it's fine.
We all know.
We went to the beach. It was great. We went out to eat, and they did like a nice little outdoor thing. It was fun. We brought one on Wednesday night. We went out to we went to the beach like at night. Brought a couple beers, hung out by the ocean at the beach because it was still 90 degrees.
With the sun going down?
What's that?
With the sun going down, sunset?
No, like late at night.
Oh,
No.
romantic.
Under the moon, blue moon.
I was looking for the what do you call it? The comet.
Yeah, that's it.
Didn't see it.
The comment between her legs.
Come on, man. No, you're my friend. No,
That one was
you're an idiot.
I don't know where to go
wasn't
with that.
great.
Yeah, that was awful. Fuck me. Well,
the Milky Way would have been better. I don't know.
Yeah, so many things would have been better, but
anything else but what I said would have been.
Yeah,
better.
that was just weird.
Yeah, that was creepy.
comet.
The comet. Like, what would that even be?
That's what when I came out, I was like, "What am I saying?"
Yeah.
But whatever, we'll edit it. We can edit that.
No, we're not going to edit
No, that
it
stays in.
because every time one of my jokes bomb, you make sure to let me know. So we're going to let you know.
The comet between her legs.
So anyway, get to this last day
So
after that beautiful night.
the last day, we're leaving on Thursday, and no, was it whatever day? Yeah, whatever. We're leaving. We're leaving on Wednesday, whatever day it was. We're getting out of there, and it's still 110 degrees, and she wants to get back. We're hanging out during the day, no rush to get out, just cleaning stuff up, and she has to get back because her car was somewhere. So she had to get back for something. And she's like, let's do the 4:40 ferry. So I'm like, all right, 4:40. It'll be getting a little cooler at that point. Because I start worrying about the walk down there, carrying of everything, and sweating. I have a fear of passing out.
You
I
would
got a
think
fear
when
of
you
passing.
sweat, acid comes out of your body.
Yeah, right. You're so
No, I-
afraid
The
of
way
it.
you're scared of it.
No, when I perspire
some water.
too much, I feel like I get dehydrated and I'm gonna pass out.
You
And
do,
that
you gotta
kinda-
drink.
Jesus, you're allowed to sweat. It's not like awful.
No, this isn't normal sweat, man. It's so hot that I was just like I
I
was
wish you
sweating
could
through
have
everything.
seen me playing a round of golf and then walking today. How much sweat I was bleeding through. Like I was like pouring. My hat was soaked, dripping.
Yeah, I don't like to feel
That
that way.
detox.
It feels great. I love it.
I feel like I'm gonna pass out, but it's besides the point. I'm like, all right, let's do 4:40. Around 3:50, I'm walking around outside. I'm getting stressed out because I'm looking at her pile of stuff that we're gonna have to carry down there. And I say, and I'm like, I don't think I could do it. I was like, I don't think I don't think I can go back with you because I'm nervous. Like I'm nervous. I'm gonna have a panic attack. So she just rolls her eyes. She's like, all right, fine. I have to go back now. So no problem. I bring her to the ferry. She's gone. And I come back to my house and I'm like, all right, I'm going to relax. I had 2 hours now. The next ferry's at 6:40. So I go back to my house. I have a couple beers. I'm relaxing. The house is nice and clean. I'm like, all right, by 6:40, it'll be a little cooler, right?
In theory.
6:40 comes. I leave my house around 6 something. I start walking to the ferry, and I get about halfway there when the heart starts beating like it never has before, and I start sweating, and I'm like, and I start getting dizzy. I start like swaying back and forth, and I'm like, I'm gonna go down, right? I'm gonna go down. So I find this bench. I find this bench near a boutique
I
shop.
wish I was following you.
Oh, and I packed in my bag these frozen bottles of Gatorade and water because I knew that this might happen, right? So
You realize how we're talking about a 10-minute walk, folks.
Yeah, I know. The heat really gets to me. So I'm
But
chugging
he was
the
fine
water.
with that breeze on the beach when he's sitting in the fucking sun with a t-shirt on.
Well, that's a completely different story. That's about 20 degrees cooler. And it was an SPF t-shirt, man. I have skin cancers.
You shouldn't be in the sun. You shouldn't even be allowed in Fire
That's
Island.
why I wear a
I picture
shirt
being
in
like
there.
a poncho with an umbrella that he holds.
Thank you. I should be.
You got to walk around with those cool things that like you just keep on your neck, like those like the things that are made to hold on to the cold water.
Well, you know what's funny? You know what came in handy that I made fun of her earlier? Susan had those frozen masks, and I brought them in my bag to put on my neck. So they worked out. The little eye masks, you know?
I just find it funny because this day, and I know what day you're talking about, I played a round of golf, and it was brutally hot. It was one of the hottest days I've ever played a round of golf. So I know what you're talking about. But it's just a 10-minute, like you can't sweat, like fucking. It's mind-boggling.
No, but I'm also carrying my bag, and it's kind of heavy, and it's just, I don't know, man. It was a lot for me.
Stop trying to justify it, but okay.
Yeah,
I'm a
this doesn't
disaster.
sound-
I get it. I suffer from panic disorder. I'm sorry.
I'm not judging that because I do too. So I get
This
it.
is one of my triggers. Being
I
in
know, and I do get it. There are times when I'm in a hot area where I need to get like cold, but it was never. I mean, listen, to each his own with their things. I just find this thing it's just astonishing.
I know, I get it. And believe me, you know, and I've talked about this before. When you're in the middle of a panic attack, in the back of your mind, you're like, I know what I'm doing is insane. I know that this isn't rational, but it's the mind.
It is what it is. Yeah,
brings
your mind.
you to this place. You can't explain it. And
we need to work on coping mechanisms with you.
What'd you say?
I said we need to work on like coping mechanisms. Like there's some things I could give you where I might be able to help you out.
We've actually talked about that before, and I have to put that to practice. You're right.
You do. I can help you out.
So I lay on this bench now, and the other thing I do when I panic is I move a lot. I like do the jitterbug or something, and I'm like,
yeah, because you can't get comfortable, bro. I do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm drinking the water. I'm pouring the Gator on my head. I'm like, I'm doing it all wrong.
Are you tingly too at that point? Like your hands?
I don't get tingly.
Right.
I don't get tingly.
He's also
Very
not tingly because he's not really dehydrated.
Right. Okay.
I might have been dehydrated.
No, you
drank
weren't.
a lot that week.
Yeah, you did drink a lot that week, B. But I know you, and you were probably like drinking water.
But I did. I went through a full of the Poland Spring things.
That's what I'm saying. You're not like a reckless dude where I'm like, he probably.
No, I drink a ton of water during the day.
Exactly. That's why and you were outside for 10 minutes, and you were in the AC for how long before? Like, I could be wrong. I would find it unlikely that you were that dehydrated. You may have been a little dehydrated, but not as bad as it seemed.
You're right. It was more panic than dehydration.
Yeah, this definitely sounds more like panic than dehydration. Although it could have been a little bit of both. Like a little dehydration makes you panic more. I mean, it all works out. Makes sense.
So now I'm like, all right, the ferry is like, I see I'm like within eye distance of the ferry line, and it's like the line is there. There's people there. I'm like, oh my God, it's like kind of packed. So I start walking. I'm like, now I got to get to this ferry. So I start walking. I make it to the ferry, and I'm sort of panicking. I get up. I get to the top of the ferry because you want to be on the top because once you're on the bay, the breeze starts hitting you, and it feels fantastic, right? So I get to the top of the ferry. The ferry starts taking off, and the breeze starts hitting me. My heart rate starts to come down. I almost felt numb.
This is why it's not dehydration, because if it was dehydration, these symptoms don't get better if you're not doing anything.
I get it. I'm a lunatic. How many times you
No.
me?
I'm just reiterating it. I'm not sorry.
I get it. It was a panic attack. So I as soon as the ferry is out into the water, I'm like, all right, I'm relaxing. So I grab my headphones. I go to plug it into my cell phone. my cell phone's not on me. I start losing my mind. And now the panic starts again. Because now I knew I had my cell phone with me because I did the pat on when I was right before when I left. But then I'm like, did I leave it at the house? What did I do with the cell phone, right? So now I'm just floating away, and I'm going. I have no car, by the way. I'm taking an Uber home. So I'm going to a place that I'm all alone, and I
He's
don't
all
have a cell.
alone. He's all alone in Bayshore.
I am all alone in Bayshore. I get to Bayshore. I do mind exercises with myself on the way there. I say it's going to be all right. I'll be able to borrow a phone. I'll be able to get an Uber from my parents can send me an Uber. I'm like, I'm planning it all out in my head. What I'm going to do. I'm going to go here. I'm going to say this. I'm going to do that. It's going to be fine.
I love that your ride is now ruined because you lost your phone as opposed to enjoying
No,
the
that's
breeze.
not good.
By the way, because one of the best parts of my ride at the end of a week in Fire Island is the ferry ride. If you take the ferry ride home, sitting on that top deck, the perfect time of night, 6:40. It's beautiful.
6:40. Perfect.
Throw on
Not
a little
4:44, guys. Not 4:44. 6:40.
6:40.
You sound like 7-minute abs.
You throw on some tunes and you just go down the bay. It's beautiful, right? Not happening. So I get to Fire Island. I get to Bayshore now, and I'm like, all right, well, here's go time. Because now I'm also like, who do I ask? Like, you can't just ask. This is the other thing we're dealing with. We're in this virus era where you can't just ask somebody to use their cell phone. You know, it's not like a year ago where it's like I'm in a tough spot. Can I borrow your cell phone? People be like, "How about you stay 6 feet away from me, you lunatic?"
How about you back the fuck up?
So I get off. And by the way, another thing I do, another pro tip from the Fire Island ferry, I sit up top and I wait for every single person to get off the ferry. Everybody stands up, like it's almost like the Long Island Railroad. You know, when once you get into the tunnel of Penn Station and it gets dark, and everybody that doesn't take the railroad off and just starts standing up and going to the door. And if you sit down and you wait. Like, let those people stand, and I'll wait and just walk right out. Same thing works for the ferry. You wait, they all pour out, and you get out. That's a little pro tip for you guys next time you visit Fire Island.
For all you anxiety-ridden riders, that's a pro tip.
Right.
Yeah.
For the
So,
rest of you
Nobody's
normal
accompanying
ones,
you during your walkout.
for the rest of you normal ones, just get up and leave as everybody else fucking does.
Now, you don't want to do that. You're stuck in a line waiting for nothing.
Stuck in a
Enjoy
line.
the view and sit. So now I get there. I'm the last one off the ferry, and I'm like, let me look around. Maybe by God's graces, there's a payphone here. But I know there's no payphone. So I'm looking around. So now
I wouldn't even know how to
next
dial a
option-
payphone anymore.
Yeah. I
that's
wouldn't
the
have the
other-
quarters to do it either.
What am I going to call collect? Yeah, I was like, that's the other thing. I don't have no quarters on.
Does collect still work?
I wouldn't even know how to call collect.
1-800 collect.
Simple enough.
That's two people that have used collect, obviously.
Yeah. I've done that numerous times. The person who answers
have.
pay for it.
You have a collect call from Mom. Pick up.
That's what it is. Pick up, please.
So I get off, and now there's a ferry. There's a little booth to buy tickets at the Bayshore Ferry, but the little window, and they're like, they don't even want people to go up. They're like when you ask for a ticket, just stay back and talk into this little hole, right? So I go, listen, I'm sorry. I know the times we're living we're crazy times, but I lost my cell phone. Is there any way that I could use the phone? I'm like, first of all, I asked like a 16-year-old girl if there's a payphone. She looked at me like I was asking her if Twinkies grew on plants. She had no idea what I was talking about. She's like, a payphone? So now I'm like, do you mind if I use that phone back there? And she was like, we're not supposed to let anybody touch this phone.
You should have been
I'm
like,
like,
can you call my mom?
that was my next thing.
Creeper
like,
alert, man.
I was like, can you put it on speaker? And she's like, all right, I'll let you call. So she won't let me dial, right? She's got to dial it. So she
But
like
you can
hands
put your
me
ear on the screen.
Yeah, so she hands me, and I'm through this little hole, right? I'm
You're
through
like
this
in
hole.
prison.
Dude, yeah, exactly. That's what it was like. I'm through a ticket hole, and I call my mom, and now I'm like, this day and age, you're getting so many of these calls that what do you call them?
Like spam calls.
Yeah, spam
Telemarketing.
calls that I'm like, my mom's gonna see some unknown number at 7:00 at night and not pick up, right? So I'm like praying she picks up. My mom goes, "Hello?" I'm like, "Hey, mom." I get right to business. I'm like, "Mom, big emergency. Lost my phone. I'm at the ferry. I'm at the ferry in Bayshore. I'm going to need you to call me an Uber." My mom is so positive. She starts going, "Oh, honey, it's okay. All right, we'll figure it out." Now she's having a conversation with my dad, and there is a line forming for people to buy tickets to the next ferry out. And I'm like, Mom, we have to do this fast. We have to do this fast. I'm at the ferry. I'm at the ticket booth. They don't want me using it. You have to tell me fast. I'm like, they're giving me dirty looks, right? So my mom's like, all right, we'll figure this out. We'll call you an Uber, right? You'll get home. I'm like, you have to tell me what the Uber driver, you have to give me the license plate. Call it now. Like, she was like, we'll call you an Uber, and he'll just call out your name when he gets there, right? So now she goes, all right. Your father's doing it. So now she goes, all right, it's a white Mazda. He's going to be there in 5 minutes. I'm like, 5 minutes? Perfect. Usually it's not that fast out there from past experience, but fine. I'm like, all right, 5 minutes. What's the license plate? She gives me the license plate. I'm like, all right, thank you so much. I give the lady, the girl, the phone back. Now I go to sit. I'm waiting for a white Mazda, right? A black car comes in, a gray car. Every color under the rainbow comes in but a white Mazda. 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes goes by, 15 minutes goes by, 20 minutes goes by. I'm in my head, I'm like, maybe sometimes there's traffic there. The Uber can sometimes get stuck. Whatever. I'm justifying what's happening. Also, there's people lined up, so it's not like I can go up there and grab the phone, So so in about finally a half hour goes by, and the line clears out, and I go back to the ticket booth. There's nobody inside. I'm left out there. There's nobody inside. I look up in the sky. There's a storm rolling in. The clouds start coming in. I'm like, what else? You ever look up? You ever have a bad day and just look up in the sky and be like, what else are you going to give me today?
Yeah. Listen, I've been there.
So now I'm sitting by the ticket booth, and I'm like, if the thing canceled, they would call back, right? They would call this number back. That's what I'm thinking, right?
No, it would
So
call
now
your mother
I'm sitting
back.
there, huh?
It would call your mother back, right?
They would call.
His parents would call the booth, right?
They would call. Thank you. They would
Yeah.
call the booth. So finally, the girl comes back. No phone. While I'm there, the girl comes back, and I'm like, thank God. I'm like, hey, while there was a line, because there was a line of people, did that number call you back? She goes, no, they didn't call back. Now it's been about 45 minutes I've been stuck outside, okay? So I'm like, I'm so sorry.
The heat is getting to you.
The heat is everything's getting to me. So now I have to, like, I'm so sorry. Would you mind if I call again? Now she does one of those things where I know they've been talking about me because she looked at her coworker and and they looked at each other like, this guy's back again. He's asking to touch our phone again in this day and age. So I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so apologetic, So I call up my mom again. I said, Mom, what's going on? She's like, it canceled. I'm like, it canceled? So what happened? What's the outcome? She goes, we figured you just went back to Fire Island. The rage that I felt inside of me come up was like nothing I've ever felt. I had to keep it in, right? I couldn't overreact. I was like, so you thought it canceled, and I was like, let me go back. I have to work. Let me just go back. She goes, yeah, we didn't know we were
a little longer now.
She goes, we were kind of freaking out for a minute. But then we didn't hear from you, so we figured you went back. Now, what I ask you guys, if you were my parents on the other end of this call, don't you think that maybe you would call the number back that I called from? Would that be an option in your mind?
It would be an option.
It would be an option.
I don't know if
What
I
would you
would have.
do?
I would
Now-
expect you to call back.
That's what my parents
said.
said.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, but if the Uber canceled, I might try to get another one.
You would think that the people in control of the Uber would be that the people that have the information would want to relay the information to the person that doesn't have the information on the Uber. You
It's
know,
funny because like the Uber cancels and they're like, that sucks.
I guess it's over. I guess he's not coming home.
The more, whenever you tell me stories about your parents, I love them more and more.
So now my mom's thing was, she goes, I thought you were calling from a payphone. I said, first of all, it's 2020. There's no payphones here. Second of all, you can call a payphone back. If I did call from a payphone, chances are I'm hanging out near it. And if it rang, I would know it's you. But she's like, we were so confused.
It's
Now,
an
in the
honest
middle of-
mistake, though. Your parents got bombarded. Your mother took it well. I can't get mad at
agree.
them. It's an
No,
honest
my
mistake.
mom did take it well. As I'm boiling inside, my mom is like, it's fine. My mom's so positive sometimes it drives me nuts. And it's good. I get it. But it drives me
It
nuts.
is fine
I'm
because
like,
all you got to do is call another Uber.
Yeah.
because I'm in a crisis situation out here, and I feel like she's not taking it seriously. Now,
You're
the
a
other thing that's
36-year-old
happening,
man at a fucking a ferry. You're okay, bro.
I'm not okay. I'm stuck there. How am I going to get home? The place was closing in 10. It was.
You
At
could have
this
called
point,
the
the
yellow
place-
cab at that point. So let's be honest.
Call a yellow cab. There's no yellow cab. I'm in a marina. I'm in a.
Oh, so yellow cabs can't get there?
Where am I call? So the
Use
place
the phone to
closes.
call the yellow cab directly.
I don't have a phone at this, so the phone is gonna. They're leaving right now.
Yeah, but you tell them before they leave, let me make one last phone call to call the yellow
There's got to
cab.
be a bar somewhere around that you can.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be honest.
It's a 27-minute walk to a bar.
Okay,
You're right. I
it's
could have walked
not
20.
unreasonable.
I mean, if you got nothing else to do.
Life or death. I guess I could have did it. I guess I could have did it. You're right. I could have buckled down and did it.
Oh, you would have had
But-
to at some point. Otherwise, you're
would've.
just sleeping on a marina for the rest of your life.
I still would have been there. We would have been podcasting live from the Bayshore Marina. So, so now as my mom is like, "Oh, honey, we thought, you just went back." And she's talking to my dad in the background. She goes, "He's still there. He needs an Uber now. Get the Uber." My dad's trying to do the Uber, and I hear, "He's still there." He goes, "The asshole waited 45 minutes?" Now that's what really sets me off, because now he's looking at me like I just sat there like a dummy for 45 minutes. I'm like, do you realize where we are? I'm in the age where I can't use a phone nobody's letting me use their phone. Do you think that maybe they would call me back? It blew my mind. So now they can't get in touch. Now they can't call an Uber. Their Uber's not working. My dad, I hear him cursing in the back. "It's not working, Joan. I don't know what you want me to do. It's not working. Why wouldn't he call us? I don't understand." I'm like, oh God. So now I'm like, I'm trying to be calm. I'm like, they close in 10 minutes. Call me an Uber. I will wait until you confirm it. So they're like, all right, it's a blue Tahoe, whatever it is. So now I'm waiting for it's going to be there in 14 minutes. Now I'm waiting for a blue Tahoe for 14 minutes. Now the thunderstorms come. Now I'm in the rain. Now I'm just pouring. I'm just sitting in the pouring rain, right? I'm waiting for a blue Tahoe. No blue Tahoe comes up. Now I'm the only one. Everybody's locked up going home. Now I'm the only one left in the Bayshore Marina. No blue Tahoe. Couple of cars come in, couple of stragglers.
At what point don't your parents just come and get you?
I think they were having a good time that night. From what it sounded like. So I don't think that was in the cards. So
you should have
so
fucking called me with that call.
Now I'm about 24 minutes after the 14-minute Uber was supposed to be there, and now this white truck comes up, and he's just sitting there, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me. So I go up to him, and I'm like, taking a chance. I'm like, hey man. He goes. I'm looking for Tom. Tom's my dad's name. I'm like, it's got to be me, right? But it's a completely different Uber. So the second Uber apparently canceled, and now some other guy is here. But I had to go up to him, and I'm like, it's got to be Tom, right? And he goes, well, I can't confirm it unless I start the ride. And I'm like, well, it's me and you here at the marina here, so I think we start the ride and see where it's going. So finally, the guy starts the ride, and it's going to my house. And I'm like, all right, good. So that's another thing, halfway, I guess that Uber canceled and another car came out. Another thing, they also decided not to call on that. They're like, oh, we'll figure that one out. He'll figure out a random Uber driver at the marina. So now I get home.
What? If your parents were under the influence, this is even better because they got it done. They saved it.
They got it done.
Oh, they got it done. You know who got it done? I got it done because I was going door to door to Uber drivers, like a door to door salesman, asking if are you my Uber driver? Are you
went
my
to one
Uber
driver, B. You went to
no,
one.
I did
this
it.
Is what
I did
I'm
it.
Saying.
What I didn't tell you was I did that for the first round of Uber drivers that were there. There was like 3 Uber drivers. I couldn't find their passenger, so I just walked up with my bag and I was like, maybe I'm your passenger.
How about you just take? Can you just please take me?
Yeah, so I did. That wasn't my first one. I did that a couple times. I forgot to mention that.
Oh,
so then I get home and my dad's outside smoking a cigar, drinking a wine, and my mom's inside. And she's like, can I get you something to eat, honey? Did you have a good time? And I'm like, no, I didn't have a good time. So I'm like, so now I go outside and my mom's all like, all right. Relax. Can we laugh about it now? Can we just laugh about it now? I'm like, not yet. We're gonna still talk about this, then we can laugh about it. So now I go outside on the front porch. They give me a beer to calm me down. They're like, here, have this, relax. So I get on the front porch. My dad's quiet. He didn't say nothing. He goes, you made it. I'm like, I made it, yes. And then we get into it, like we're laughing about the week. I'm like, and then I'm like, I say, but you think you guys would call, right? You think you just maybe give a flyer on the phone number that I just called you at. And my dad goes, oh, you can't blame this on your mother. You can't blame this on us. I said, maybe I can blame a little bit on you.
You can't
right?
blame it on them. You can't blame it on them.
I can blame 75% on them.
They called 3 Ubers for you.
They called
3 Ubers.
They called 2 Ubers and both of them canceled and they didn't tell me that information.
Not for nothing, they got you home.
But I was without them getting you home, you'd still be on that pier, man. You'd have a volleyball with a face on it.
And you know what? They each gave you one of their kidneys, so fuck you.
Okay, the kidney thing always comes back. You know what? I'm sick of defending my parents because they gave me kidneys. It was nice of them. I get it. I'm happy.
You think when they had you, they thought they would come, they had to trade a kidney for it?
Oh, God. I'm trying to make an analogy to kidneys and Ubers getting canceled, but I can't figure it out.
You want to try and have a son? Yeah, we each got to trade 1 kidney.
I get it. They've done a lot for me. They continue. I love them. They are the greatest parents you could ask for. I love them more than anything. But at time, things get frustrating for you at times. You know, it's one of those things. And my job, I rely on my phone. My job.
Could I
texts
tell
me
you
and-
what I think your biggest mistake was?
Oh, please! I would
Losing
love
the
to hear
phone.
my biggest mistake.
No, calling your parents as opposed to calling Liz.
I thought about that, and that was in the conversation with my parents. I said, if you can't get an Uber, see if Liz can come or Chris can come. But
No,
Chris,
not even have them pick you up. I mean, they are close to there, so it wouldn't have been a pain in the ass.
I know,
But if you called Liz, you wouldn't have gotten drilled with questions and like the nonsense part that really frustrated you about talking to your parents. And it would have just been like, you're an idiot, B. Yes, I will call you an Uber right now. This is what the Uber is.
All right,
Another thing, though, that I would struggle with, how many numbers do you have memorized?
exactly. That's my next thing.
Yeah.
The only number that I really knew by heart was my mom's and my friend that called us out on the podcast a few times, our number one fan. For some reason, he's the only other number I know.
I know
people,
a handful of my friends, and I know my brothers, my parents. I know like 7 or 8 numbers.
Yeah, I don't know my sister's number by heart. I know. Like I said, a couple of numbers of old school friends that have had the number forever, but wasn't in the Rolodex. So my mom's was I don't even know my dad's number. So yeah, that was a whole nother thing. Like my mom was the only one I was able to call. And during that conversation, I did mention my sister. I said, I don't know if Chris is working, but maybe if there's trouble with the Uber, call them. That's the other option. Maybe they would call them and be like, hey, when you go down there and look for him, he's out on a dock. Look for your brother out there, right? In a rainstorm on a dock. That wasn't even done. I didn't even think about that till now. But all's well and good. I made it home. But now I made it home and I still don't have a cell phone, right? So I'm freaking out
at
because
this point, that's the least of your worries.
well, now it is because my job relies on my cell phone. So my job calls me at like 4, or they text me at like 4 a.m, telling me what time to come in. I use the GPS. I have to call people all day. So thank God. This is why my mom is fantastic. And at the end of the day,
This is why I can't listen to you badmouth her.
I know, but I have to explain my experiences, right? So
Yeah, no, I get it.
So my mom's like, I've already decided I'm going to Fire Island tomorrow. I'm going to look for your phone. So I'm like, the phone's gone. It's lost, right? I had a panic attack on a bench. It's gone. So now I'm pulling up I'm trying to figure out my iCloud and all these things, all these passwords. On my Facebook, I'm messaging people. So I messaged Susan, of all people, who was there. I'm like, oh, listen, this is what happened. So Susan, another person that I
maybe you should have took the 440.
yeah, that exactly. So Susan, another person throughout this thing who I've kind of bashed, also came through in the clutch because she starts calling my cell phone. Now she's calling my cell phone without me knowing. I was like, it's done. Don't even worry. It's pouring rain. Even if it's there, it's in the rain. It's in a puddle. So she messages me about a half hour later. She goes, they have your phone. Ocean Beach Police Department has your phone. Somebody returned it. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Somebody found my phone on the street and brought it to the police station.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. So
and this kid's a miserable bastard. You don't deserve any of this good stuff.
Well, I really thank those people, whoever they are. So then my mom, being the greatest, just the greatest person in my life, went out that next morning. She left at 9:00 in the morning, went out there, went to the police station, got my phone, and brought it back for me. And I got my phone. And she let me use her cell phone for work the next day.
Wow. And she gave you a kidney.
And she made it to and from Fire Island without a cell phone, completely showing you up.
Yeah, well, she did have one on the way back, though. And she had a car.
You got there without it.
I could get there without it, too. I just can't get back without a car without it. So that was my week of I don't know, vacation, would you call it? I don't know how much
Yeah,
vacation was involved.
sick vacation. Well, I do want to end before we go. I watched 2 excellent movies,
Yes.
and the first one was Greyhound, the new
Okay.
Tom Hanks
Oh.
World War II movie.
Yeah,
It's about an American ship that's leading like a convoy across the Atlantic, and they're getting hunted by like Nazi U-boats. Excellent movie, short, sweet, excellent naval battles, and like it was just a very good movie. I highly suggest it.
All right, I want to see that.
The other one was Outpost. It's another war movie that just came out, and it's about like a small group of American soldiers who fight off like hundreds of Taliban just to protect an outpost in like the mountains of Afghanistan. True story, and it was like it was a shit show, and it was a really good movie.
Okay.
Nice.
So those are Chick's 2 movies that I watched that I actually thought both of them were awesome. Actually, and a third one, I watched a sick documentary last night called Missing 411, The Hunted on Amazon Prime. And it's about like all these hunters who mysteriously disappeared without like a trace though. Like there was no shit left behind really. And then like they would search these areas, not find anything, and then stuff would like show up. And they have no idea what happened to them. It wasn't like foul play and like murder. Like it was no really sign to that.
It's like
and
a
at
bear.
the end, well, they kind of go into at the end that they think it may have been some like alien type stuff. I don't know. It's really interesting. You got to watch it
Interesting.
on Amazon Prime.
I want to see that new Netflix thing, Fear City. Have you watched that?
I watched that. It was excellent. I wasn't gonna pick that because
What's that about?
I think it's about the New York Mafia.
Oh, cool.
All right. I think I might give that a shot tonight. Worth it?
Oh, excellent.
And I did watch. I finished. I don't know if it was a pick or we talked about it on the podcast, but I watched Outcry on Showtime.
Yes,
and
we did finish that, and tons of people are watching it. I did pick it, but yeah,
Incredible.
Incredible, right?
Honestly, I cried at the end. It doesn't take much for me to cry.
You're not the only person. A couple people I know cried at the end.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, that stuff doesn't get my, the waterworks for me. But it was definitely.
It was so well done. The way they did it was just great. By the way, speaking of aliens, how all this alien stuff is pretty crazy that's happening right now. You know?
Yeah, I mean, didn't they today? They said they confirmed that they have like a spacecraft.
It was a craft not made on Earth that they have in their that I believe that they said they have in their possession. Am I right with that?
I think that's what I read. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because it's all getting pushed out to the open, and they finally start to admit stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's very interesting to me. I have like a newfound interest in these UFO.
And you were making fun of me. I told you, bro. The UFO stuff is excellent.
No, it's great, man. I was thinking like we should do a whole episode on it and have someone come on.
Well, we could bring what's his name back on.
Who, Donnelly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm enjoying his podcast. He just had he did that episode with Jeremy Corbell. That was on Jeremy Corbell was on Rogan.
Oh yeah, that guy's great.
Last week, and he just did Sean Donnelly's podcast, and it was pretty interesting. So yeah, we'll see. But
Joe Rogan has the with the Pentagon's recent statement, like he has a I think he did like a little bit on it. That's like on Instagram. Joe Rogan did something about the recent shit with the
oh, did he?
Really?
Yeah.
He had James Corbell and another guy on last week.
George Knapp.
George Knapp.
Yeah.
Really fascinating.
You know who's also into it? The guy from Blink 182.
Yeah, he
like is talking to Congress and shit.
Tom DeLonge.
Yes, Tom DeLonge. Yep.
He's opened a bunch of
really
stuff,
cool
man.
stuff. But before we just keep on dragging shit on, a lot of cool stuff with that going on. Thank you guys if you made it this far. Review us, James DeLuca. I feel like you're not using your real name, but thank you for your review. It made me laugh. Review us on the Purple Podcast app. Watch us on YouTube. Listen to us on SoundCloud. We love all the comments and everything. So keep them coming.
Yeah, thanks, guys. And we'll be back next week. And I don't know. That's it.
Pavement hitting.
Hitting the
Pavement hitting. Back on the grind soon.